10 animals about to go extinct. With each passing day, the sand in the hourglass for some rare species on this earth is running out. And let's face it, we human beings have been the greatest threat to other life forms on this planet. If we're not careful, it's pretty much done and dusted for these guys. With human activities such as habitat reduction and poaching running amok, it's only a matter of time before the Grim Reaper claims the last living souls of these highly endangered species. With that being said, we take a look at the top 10 animals about to go extinct in 2020. Number 10, the Emir Leopard. Since 1996, the Emir Leopard has been labeled a critically endangered animal by the IUCN. In fact, it is believed that there are less than 70 wild Emir leopards in existence today. Because of its rareness and exotic status, the Emir leopard was hunted extensively for its lovely fur. Additionally, most of its habitat was destroyed as a result of decimated forest cover for agriculture and different farming practices. So how do you distinctly identify an Emir leopard? Well, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack, but the most notable feature is a leopard donning a thick, cream white fur that is finished off with pitch black spots known as rosettes. Due to their shockingly low populations, most Emir leopards are found to the east of Russia, with a large portion of their habitat confined to forested regions along the Amur River. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9, Seola. As one of the rarest animals on the planet, the Seola, which is a Vietnamese word for spindle horns, is only found in one region of this world, the thick forest cover of the Annamite Mountains located between Laos and Vietnam. Interestingly, the Seola was so rare that it was first discovered in 1992 when rangers from the WWF and the Vietnamese Ministry of Forestry came across the skull of an unrecognizable two-horned animal, presumably hunted and killed by a carnivore. In fact, the discovery of the Seola was the biggest mammal discovery found in over half a century, making it a monumental inclusion to the catalog of zoological history. So what does the Seola look like? To the untrained eye, you might think, oh, just another antelope walking through. But it turns out that Seola have a closer genetic relationship to cows than they have to antelopes. This made it so difficult for zoologists to classify it that they had to come up with a new biological tribe altogether. Unlike in most species where there is a distinctive difference between males and females, Seola genders tend to resemble each other. Both the female and male Seola have straight pointed horns, short, dark brown silky fur, and lovely white markings along the jawline. They also have a short tail that is decorated with white colored strips so distinct you would think you've come across a zebra crossing. Due to their elusive nature, they have only been caught on camera a shocking 3 times. It's no wonder they eventually earned the nickname the Asian unicorn, because scientists have gathered very little info about these elusive creatures. Nevertheless, most of the accounts given by the locals in the area suggest that Seolas are social animals and can be seen traveling in small groups. They are most active in the wee hours of the morning to avoid heat from the scorching sun in tropical regions. While most Seolas are found in the wild, there have been only a handful in captivity. And most of the data collected about these animals comes from one particular Seola called Robichaud that was captured in 1996 and lived for only 18 days. From the data gathered from Robichaud, Seolas are thought to be quite docile around human beings but frightened around dogs. As a critically endangered animal, it is yet to be discovered how many Seolas actually exist in the wild. Number 8, tiger, one of the most dominating predators hailing from the Orient. There have been numerous tales and stories about tigers pertaining to bravery, ferocity, and loyalty. Yes, tigers are majestic animals, but it is this majestic trait that has cost them more than they've bargained for. Over the last century, tigers have been decimated by the thousands. And of the 9 documented tiger species, 3 have already been declared extinct. and the last remaining species have been labeled as critically endangered. In fact, the Sumatran tiger and the South China tiger currently face the biggest threats, with the South China tiger widely believed to be extinct in the wild, as the last time it was spotted in its natural habitat was in 1970. As for the Sumatran tiger, it has been declared critically endangered since 2008, with less than 500 tigers believed to be in the wild. Number 7. Sea turtles. Sea turtles are some of the most ancient animals in the world. For centuries, they have been revered by sailors traversing the seas for their skin, shell, and as souvenir exotic pets. Currently, there are 2 sea turtle species considered endangered: the leatherback turtle and the hawksbill turtle. In fact, the hawksbill turtle has lost a whopping 90% of its population in the past 100 years alone. And that's not even the most surprising fact. 80% of the turtle's population has been lost in the last 10 years. While it's difficult to know the exact number of hawksbill turtles currently in the wild, research pins it at about 8,000 turtles, with roughly 1,000 females migrating to their nesting season yearly. In fact, every turtle can lay about 200 eggs in one go. Number 6. Rhinos. As a highly desired exotic animal in the black market, rhinos are some of the most endangered species in the world. The 3 most endangered rhinos poached for their horns include the Sumatran rhino, the Javan rhino, and the black rhino. In fact, the Javan rhino is the most endangered, with only 60 rhinos currently surviving, and all of them clustered in Java's National Park in Indonesia. When it comes to the Sumatran rhino, it is believed that there are only 100 animals existing in the wild today. As for the black rhino, better known as the hook-lipped rhino, their population has also experienced a massive decline from 1970 to 1992. Reducing by a whopping 96%. From 1995, only 2,400 individuals were estimated to be in the wild. However, extensive conservation measures have been put in place, and their numbers have gradually recovered. Due to human encroachment, the black rhino's habitat is not as extensive as it used to be. In fact, their habitat is currently limited to Namibia, Tanzania, Kenya, and Zimbabwe. Number 5. Orangutan. Unfortunately, due to massive deforestation, the Sumatran orangutan has lost a massive 80% of its population in the past 75 years. In fact, continued deforestation is still putting massive pressure on the meager 6,000 Sumatran orangutans currently living in the wild, and it's believed that there may not be any orangutans to hug by the end of this decade. It's quite sad that despite humans sharing 28 recognizable physical characteristics and 96.4% of genetic coding with Sumatran orangutans, we are responsible for decimating their numbers. At one point in time, the Sumatran orangutan thrived in forests to the point that locals referred to them as the people of the forest in Malay. Sadly, this is no more. There are currently 2 different distinct species of orangutans recognizable through their varying physical characteristics and their natural habitat. The first one is the Borneo orangutan, and the second one is the Sumatran orangutan. The Sumatran orangutan is much more slender, paler, with a longer face and redder coat as compared to the Borneo orangutan. Number 4. Gorillas. Gorillas have always held a special place in the hearts of we humans, as they are some of our closest relatives in the primate tree after bonobos and chimpanzees. As a matter of fact, there are currently 2 main subspecies of gorilla considered to be critically endangered and threatened. These are the Cross River gorillas and mountain gorillas respectively. In fact, there are only 200 Cross River gorillas and 900 mountain gorillas currently roaming the wild. Sharing 98.3% of genetic code with human beings, gorillas are some of the largest apes around and share some close similarities to humans, boasting hairless faces, human-like hands, and broad shoulders with protruding chests. The 2 major gorilla species are all found within the Congo Basin and separated from each other by only 560 miles of forest cover. Number 3. Vaquita. The vaquita is one of the rarest animals on Earth, and there are believed to be only 20 of these marine mammals in existence. In fact, their extinction is predicted to be imminent by the end of 2020. Vaquita, or famously known as the Vaquita marina, is only found in the Gulf of California. Tasmania. Did you also know that Vaquita means little cow in Spanish? Unfortunately, this little mammal is also the rarest sea mammal on the planet thanks to human activities decimating their numbers by the hundreds. Normally confused for dolphins, vaquitas are actually smaller and chunkier than dolphins, but possessing a circular-shaped head with no snout. Moreover, these animals have dorsal and pectoral fins quite larger than any other porpoises around the world. Number 2. Sumatran Elephant. While the African elephant is well known for its gigantic size and appearance, the Sumatran elephant is the smallest of all elephant subspecies. Nevertheless, don't let that fool you. It can reach up to 9 feet in height and weigh a staggering 5 tons. Unlike their African cousins, Sumatran elephants have smaller, rounder ears with bald heads. As for the Sumatran female elephant, they rarely possess tusks like their male counterparts, and for the few that do, they are usually hidden away until the elephant decides to open its mouth when chewing or drinking water. As the name suggests, Sumatran elephants are found in the island of Sumatra, and they love to roam in the forests, eating up to 150 kilograms of plants every day. Unfortunately, the Sumatran elephant population has been decimated mainly due to the animal losing a whopping 70% of its habitat to human encroachment and agriculture. It is believed that there are only 2,400 Sumatran elephants currently roaming the wild. And now we've come to the best pick of the day. The photo was submitted by a conservationist who also happens to be a subscriber. It's a picture of the most trafficked animal in the world, which is in fact our top pick. Thus bringing us to number 1, pangolins. While the pangolin might be classified as critically endangered, they can be found in a number of habitats such as flooded and tropical forests, savanna grasslands, and thick bushed areas. They usually live in areas where their main source of food, ants and termites, are in plenty. Most pangolins are dying in the dozens primarily because of human activities and interference. They are mostly killed to be used in preparation of Chinese traditional medicine and eaten as a delicacy among affluent Chinese. Naturally, pangolins love to nest and sleep in deep burrows, which can be large enough for a human to fit comfortably in. Despite their small size, they are voracious hunters and will spend the whole day searching for food. Unfortunately, their numbers have been decimated due to poaching, considering they are the most trafficked animal on the planet, with a kilo of the pangolin fetching a whopping $3,000 on the black market. So, with this knowledge in hand, which proactive measures can be taken to protect these critically endangered species? Let us know in the comment section down below. Want more videos that would probably still exist until the end of time? Click on any of the videos you see on the screen. As always, thanks for watching.